Part 2, Teacher Effectiveness Research. I'm Andy Johnson. We are looking at process product research, what this means and what it is. Lee Schulman, 1986, notice the date. Process product research says essentially what teacher processes or behaviors led to a better product. In this case, the product was higher test scores. Schulman and others who did this process product research identified high test score types of teachers. Those teachers whose students scored higher than would be expected on standardized tests. This was part 1 of the research. They used inductive analysis then on these high scoring teachers and looked for traits and behaviors and practices that seemed to be common. Here are all these effective teachers. Here are some commonalities that we see. So the initial research was correlational. Now remember, correlation does not infer causation. So the next wave of research was experimental, where you had a control group and an experiment group. One group did something, the other group did not, and they looked for differences. One group used wait time, for example, one group did not, and they looked to see any differences in student achievement. This is what is called teacher effectiveness research. That was the beginning. The drawbacks, think about it. The focus is on low-level learning objectives. Standardized tests tend to measure very low-level objectives. It is teacher-centered instruction only, focusing on teacher behaviors. It stresses the low performance of low objectives, stresses performance of low-level objectives versus deep understanding, the kind of deep understanding that comes with cooperative learning, with inquiry and problem-based learning. And it is a measure of telling and remembering, not necessarily learning. There are some drawbacks, but at the same time, it does give us some useful information. In the next section, we are going to look at the results of that and 4 areas that we will be looking at in the next series, the next video.